does an avoidant do during no contact? Are they also sad and thinking about you? Or are they living it up without a second thought? And what do they do when they deactivate their emotions about the relationship? When you go through a sudden breakup, it can be painful to think about the possibility that your ex isn't as heartbroken as you are. But is that really the case, or is there more to it than that? In this video, we'll explore what the avoidant is likely doing after a breakup and during no contact. Hi, I'm Katya Morozova. I'm an attachment coach, and I help people understand attachment dynamics and become secure in their relationships. If that sounds helpful to you, then please subscribe. And if you want to work one-on-one with me, you can do so by booking a coaching session right up here. Here's what we're going to cover in this video. First, we're going to talk about why they act cold and distant and seem like they're doing just fine. Next, we're going to cover what the avoidant is doing throughout this video. And third, did you know that the attachment system is only one of our biological operating systems? We also have 3 more. We're going to define these 3 systems in this video to help us identify what the avoidant is doing during no contact. First, we need to address what happens for the avoidant when they suddenly decide to detach from a relationship. And let's do a quick review. So people with this attachment style can often feel stress and pressure in romantic relationships. They can also struggle with growing intimacy and can struggle when relationships start to enter into new chapters of commitment. When they go over a certain threshold of discomfort in a relationship and they don't know how to manage that discomfort, they start to shut down their attachment system. This is the system that's responsible for staying connected to a partner in a romantic relationship. It's the same system that we all were born with that helped us to attach in a profound way to our parents. They do this using a process called deactivation. Basically, it's a way that they minimize the importance of the relationship as a way to manage and diffuse uncomfortable relational emotions. When they do this, they can leave suddenly, they can become cold or distant, and they can give short, vague reasons for leaving. So, what happens once they leave? Well, people with the avoidant attachment system can be excellent compartmentalizers to a degree. Now, this is where those other biological operating systems can take the driver's seat. Now, the 3 systems are the exploratory system, the caretaking system, and the sexual system. And we're going to talk about them in order of importance, from most likely and most widely used to the least, and how they play into what your avoidant partner is doing now. So if your partner left because they were overburdened in their life or in the relationship, and they gave you the excuse that they were overwhelmed, didn't have room for a relationship right now, or if your partner felt like they couldn't give you what you need, here we'll talk about the exploratory system and how it can predict what your avoidant partner is doing now. So have you ever been talking to a child and they're engaged, making strong eye contact, they're present with you, and the next thing you know, the conversation is over and they're off playing with some toy or moving on to the next very important task that they have? So this is the exploratory system in action, in its purest form, really. And this system starts to develop during childhood before the age of 5. When this system develops over the lifespan, it can be used for deep focus during work, planning, hobbies, interests, and exploring general curiosities. When people engage their exploratory system, it can feel really pleasant, it can be rewarding, and it can give you a sense of accomplishment. The exploratory system can also be a really great way to cope, to move away from unpleasant emotions and move towards really pleasant ones. And this is likely the primary system that the dismissive avoidant switches to when they have deactivated their attachment system. Their motto might be, why focus on your feelings that you can't do anything about when you can make a plan and get things done? I'm curious, was your partner good at planning, predicting, or needing to be in control? Let me know in the comments below. A person with this attachment style doesn't fare well with boredom. Now, pair those things up and you have someone that really doesn't want to focus on working through their feelings. Feelings for this person are big, scary, and predominantly pointless. So if your partner seems like they're doing just fine after a breakup, consider that they have a limited toolbox when it comes to managing uncomfortable emotions. And so the best thing that they know to do is to stuff those emotions, set them aside because nothing good has ever come from them, and focus on things that they do have power and control over. Now let's talk about if your partner ended things and it gave you the reason that they want to spend more time with their kids, or maybe they need to take care of a sick parent, then likely your ex is deactivating their attachment system and then activating their caregiving system as a way to detach from your relationship. The caretaking system goes hand in hand with the attachment system. When children activate their attachment system to get their needs met, parents respond by activating their caretaking system. If you've ever had the complaint that your partner takes care of everyone else but you, this is likely what's happening. Taking care of a child or of elderly parents can feel a lot more manageable and a lot less vulnerable for a person with avoidant attachment style. Caretaking can make an avoidant feel like they're in control, since they may often be caring for someone who is more vulnerable or helpless than they are. It can also be rewarding to take care of someone, and it can bring on positive emotions. Or it may simply be easier to connect with the person they're taking care of because it's on their terms. So if your partner left because they wanted to spend more time with their children or something like that, that's probably what they're doing now. When the attachment system is deactivated and the caretaking system is activated, it can act as a distraction or redirection for a person with this attachment style, especially from painful feelings and reminders of the breakup. Finally, let's talk about the third system. The third system is the sexual system. Please consider what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. I'm not suggesting that this is the go-to with people with this attachment style. There are plenty of people who have this avoidant attachment style who actually really struggle with sexual intimacy and are on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to being sexually liberal. This is for the smaller percentage of people who dated an avoidant who jumped into a rebound relationship, or for the people who struggled with infidelity with the partner they were with and are feeling really betrayed right now and wondering what the heck is going on. So let's try to understand what might be happening here. For a secure person with kind of an integrated feeling of love and sexuality, the attachment system and the sexual system are inextricably linked. Feeling an emotional connection precedes a sexual connection for these folks, and often sex is actually undesirable without one. But for some people with insecure attachment, the attachment system and the sexual system can be split. So for instance, a person can feel attached to one person while sexually desiring or pursuing another. In fact, feelings of attachment can sometimes even shut down feelings of desire, or vice versa. Sexual desire can tamp down feelings of attachment. And if you want to know more about this, I highly recommend checking out Esther Perel's work. She's written many books on infidelity, and I think she's a great resource to understand this kind of divide between love and sexual intimacy. So for some people who left a deeply meaningful relationship and quickly got into another connection that became sexual, a person who does this might feel sexual feelings towards the rebound partner, but not feel strong feelings of attachment. Having a sexual relationship without strong feelings of attachment can feel easier, and it can feel more manageable for a person with this attachment style. And before I hear all of the avoidance are awful comments, people who are anxiously attached can do this too, but it can work in reverse. People with anxious attachment can seek a sexual partner to, in fact, activate their attachment system to move on or cope with the feelings of loss from their previous relationship. So let's quickly review. If you had a partner with avoidant attachment who left suddenly, the chances are high that your partner deactivated their attachment system, so basically is managing uncomfortable feelings of loss or sadness, and activated their exploratory system to focus on work, hobbies, or keeping themselves busy to manage some of those feelings. And if your partner left for more specific reasons, like wanting to spend more time with kids or loved ones, or quickly jumped into another relationship, then it's likely that they're distracting themselves with the other two systems that we mentioned in this video, although that is less common. And if you're still confused as to what's going on and you want more clarity about your unique relationship, then I recommend that you book a one-on-one coaching session. During a coaching session, I can listen to your situation, assess to the best of my ability, of course, what's happening now with your avoidant or your dynamic, and what you can do next if there is a way forward. You can take a look at my live calendar right up here. Did you like this video? Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to watch more content on the dismissive avoidant attachment style. Next up is my video on the dismissive avoidant and what happens after they take space. That's going to be right up here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.